After a huge fight, X-24 hurts Logan really badly by stabbing him in the shoulder and pushing him onto a tree. Laura puts an adamantium bullet in Logan's gun. She shoots X-24 in the head, which kills him. Logan is very close to dying and tells Laura not to become the weapon she was created to be. She cries and calls him her father. Logan dies peacefully while Laura holds him. But think about it. Can our childhood hero die so easily? Is Logan truly gone? What if I tell you he might still be alive? Our superhero with sharp claws might not be finished yet. He'll be back in Logan 2. But how could this happen? That's what I'll explain in today's video, and by the end you'll be really surprised. So make sure you watch until the end and pay close attention. And with that said, let's start. Wolverine, also known as Logan, used to be a part of the X-Men, but now he's dead. However, he's making a return. Even though Hugh Jackman said goodbye to playing this character in 2015, and the character died in the movie Logan in 2017, he is being convinced to play Wolverine again in Deadpool 3. So does anything that happened in Logan still matter? The simple answer is yes, Logan still matters. If you're a fan of comic books, you probably know that things don't always follow a straight line in a series. This is especially true for the X-Men movies made by Fox. The whole series is kind of messy and complicated. Trying to figure out the exact order of events would be really hard. Well, Logan stands out as a special X-Men movie because it bravely stayed true to its roots and dared to be different. It was very different from what we had seen in the X-Men series before. They made Wolverine feel more human and relatable than ever before. In the movie, Logan dies because he was tired, his healing power was weakening, and he had found someone to carry on his legacy. This made us very sad, and now the news that he's coming back might surprise some fans. We got a hint that Wolverine might be in the MCU in the credits of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. But how? Is Logan 2 coming? If yes, then how the hell will a dead person be revived? One of the main ideas is the multiverse, which means there are countless universes with endless possibilities, characters, and timelines. And in the MCU, characters can be played by the same actor or different actors at different ages and times. We don't know if the Wolverine in the MCU will be the one after the events of Logan or before. All we know is that Hugh Jackman will play him. The multiverse, once thought to be fake in Spider-Man Far From Home, was proven real in the What If series and confirmed in Spider-Man No Way Home. In that movie, 3 different Peter Parkers from different universes had different faces, and they fought villains who were dead in their own universes. In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, different versions of Doctor Strange and Wanda Maximoff looked the same, but there were alternate versions of Captain America, like Captain Carter, and Captain Marvel, played by Lashana Lynch as Maria Rambeau. In the interview, Jackman shared his perspective on Deadpool 3. He mentioned that although people label it as a Deadpool film, in his home they playfully refer to it as Wolverine 10. The story occurs before the events of Logan, where the character Logan dies, so this new story takes place earlier in the timeline. So I think if Logan 2 happens, it will be different from Deadpool 3. On the other hand, a new idea is being circulated around the revival of Logan. They're thinking of tossing time travel into the mix to bring Logan back from the beyond. Laura might be the one to take the leap back in time. The idea is she'll snatch Logan from the past and bring him to the present. But I'm not entirely convinced that this whole time travel thing won't mess up everything else. You see, time's a finicky thing, and messing with it often leads to some funky consequences. It's like, probably, Logan won't just be able to stick around in this new time. The movie might throw in a twist where he's got to go back to his original time at some point. It's kind of like fixing a big rip in a favorite shirt, you know? It's got to go back to how it was before somehow. And here's another thought. Remember that time stone thing? Yeah, the one Thanos used to put things back in order? Well, maybe the guys behind this movie will give that a spin. They might decide to use it just like Thanos did with the Mind Stone. Do you remember that gem that got all smashed up by Vision, but Thanos finally got it, right? But wait a minute. I'm curious. What's your take on all of this? Do you think they're going to dive into the time travel stuff, or maybe come up with something else to solve this Logan riddle? It's a head-scratcher, that's for sure. However, if you are desperate, you can go to YouTube and try watching a viral fan-made trailer of Logan 2. They've done a really good job on it. Let's chat about what actually can happen in Logan 2. This theory seems very likely to happen. But before we move on, tap that subscribe button like Wolverine, and make sure to ring the notification bell for all the latest updates. Okay, so James Mangold, who directed Logan, wants to make a movie with X-23 as the star. You know that X-23 is the name for the girl Laura, who had some wild traits like Wolverine. She can do things like moving quickly, has sharp claws that come out of her hands, and can heal really fast. Laura, or X-23, first appeared in 2003 on X-Men Evolution. She later appeared in comics, starting with the NYX series. In the comics, she had a tough start, being shown in a way that was not well liked by everyone. But she grew and got involved with the X-Men after getting caught up in some trouble. Her comic story is a lot like what we see in Logan, where she was created in a secret lab to be like Wolverine, but she managed to escape. James Mangold talked about making an X-23 movie when he was at a film festival. He said he's interested, but it might not happen soon. One thing that might have stopped this kind of movie before was the belief that people wouldn't like superhero movies with female heroes. Movies like Catwoman and Elektra didn't do well, but it wasn't because of the heroes being female. It's because those movies were just not good. Now, movies like Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel, and TV shows like Supergirl and Jessica Jones have shown that people do like female superheroes. Because Disney and Fox joined together, the plans for X-Men movies might change. Most likely, any new movies won't be like the old ones. Even though Logan was a really good superhero movie, it might take a while for a new movie to happen. The girl who played X-23, Daphne Keane, is busy with another show, and the director Mangold is working on a different movie. But Daphne is still young, so there's time for her to come back to the role if things work out. On the other hand, there aren't many movies about women superheroes, but Laura Kinney could change that by becoming Wolverine in the MCU. This is a big change to a new time. If Marvel Cinematic Universe decides to have more movies with women heroes, Laura could lead a movie instead of being in the background. In the past, Wolverine, played by Jackman, was important in X-Men movies. Laura could be important like that too in the MCU. The studio got criticism for not having enough women-led movies before. They've started to include women more in their stories recently. We don't know much about Laura's story after Logan. That could be a good starting point for her own story. If Laura becomes Wolverine in the MCU, it would let Marvel Studios tell new stories with women heroes. Women have been in Marvel movies, but it's still hard to show them the same way as in the comics. If Laura is in the MCU, she can help fix that problem and show more women heroes in a new way. This could make up for the lack of X-Men movies with women as the main characters, and show how important women are in comics. Laura's story in the comics has a lot of interesting parts that can make her story exciting. Marvel Studios is now telling stories about women dealing with big problems and choices, and having Laura in the MCU can add more diversity to these stories. Jackman's Wolverine had a complete story. Laura's version deserves a chance to shine. And that's a wrap. So what are your thoughts on this exciting concept? Do you believe that Laura Kinney stepping into the role of Wolverine is the right move for the MCU? Share your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you're excited about the potential of Logan 2, with Laura as the new Wolverine. Also make sure to subscribe to our channel for all the latest updates and discussions on your favorite superheroes and movies. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next video.